Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Celeste and this is my channel, Celeste Creates. Welcome back for FlossTube number 64. Today is Wednesday, January 24th, 2024. So 1/24/24. And I am here to talk about cross stitch and about my quilting and a teeny bit of crochet. So today is just a normal FlossTube update. And I'm so glad to be back. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope you will like the video and subscribe and come back to see some more, whether that's going back and watching my older videos or staying tuned for the ones that are to come. And if you are a returning viewer and subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to spend some time with me. I'm so glad you're here. I look forward to making these videos. I look forward to hearing from you all in the comments, and it's just a real joy to do this. And so I thank you for supporting me and for the fun that we get to have doing this. So before I go too far, I want to say that I'm super excited because my dear friend April, I just filmed and uploaded her very first FlossTube. We were all surprised, I think, all of us that are her friends. We're like, wow, I can't believe it. So it is, I believe her channel looks just like her Instagram name, which is April_heirlooms. And so I hope that you will run right over and watch her first video and give her some great feedback and leave her some lovely comments because she's a dear friend and I'm so proud of her, and it's a great little video and you're gonna love it. So go do that for me, okay? Also, I hope my lighting is okay today. I pulled in some extra lights because this week here in Houston is rainy week. It is full of rain. So it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but it is pretty dark and dreary. So hopefully this doesn't look too unnatural. I usually love filming a video when there's lots of nice sunlight, but we just don't have that. We are doing well here at our house, and we are back to just me and my husband and my 2 youngest children that are here at home. We're back to a normal school schedule and all the activities, and so we're doing great. And I'm actually filming this just a hair earlier than 2 weeks because in looking at kind of my calendar and my schedule and what things look like each week, it just seems like Wednesday is going to be the better day for me to film. It's a day when I should be home the great majority of the day, and so I can find a little more extra time to film the videos. So hopefully in the coming weeks and months you will see my videos coming out hopefully on a Wednesday afternoon or evening by the time they get uploaded. So that's when I plan to be filming and uploading. So I hope you'll come and look for those and join me for my updates. So I think we'll just get started. I had not finished but an FFO. So this is a chart that I finished in the fall sometime, I forget, but it's just been sitting in my pile. I actually have a pile of finishes that need to be framed, and I had kind of tossed around whether I wanted to frame or make this one into a pillow, but I decided to go ahead and make it into a pillow. So this is Stacy Nash, the Spring Basket Pink Heap, I believe, and I just love it. I love the colors. I love the bunny and the hen and the little chicks. Just love the whole thing. So this, I don't remember what I stitched on. I think it was actually something that I coffee tea dyed kind of haphazardly, but it worked great for this. But it is all called 4 colors, I'm pretty sure. I changed something. It was minimal. So yeah, I finished that into a pillow, backed it with some of the blackbird fabric that I have, and of course a piece of wool. And then I had some cream, or I had some white. It was either white or cream to begin with, but then I kind of tea dyed this rickrack, and I did not glue this on. I stitched it. I don't know if you can kind of see can you see my stitches there? They're just big, because then I decided if I don't love the trim, then hey, guess what? I can pop it off. It's not glued on. So So that is my FFO, and I'm really kind of glad that I got that done because, I mean, this kind of, to me, guys, it's spring, but it's kind of leave it around all year kind of thing. And I think I'd said in my last video that I didn't, once I took down my holiday decor, there's the table in the front entryway, the long table, that I was like, gosh, I don't have any stitching. I don't have much stitching on this table. I got to make some things. So I've added on some pieces of furniture from my parents' house and things like that. So, you know, kind of things get redistributed and you're kind of like, what did I have here? But this is perfect to go sit on that table. So I was really glad that I got that finished. So that is my only FFO finish type thing. So what have I worked on? Let's see. I think I'm going to go from kind of small to big. I don't know. Here, I'll do these first because these are probably less of a big deal. I know that I've said before that I kind of try and keep a project for on the go, something that I can fill in and work on pretty easily in the car or when I'm waiting somewhere. And so I try to keep some sort of fill-in project. And so for a while, it has been this particular Stacy Nash, another pin keep, the Butternut House pin keep. I feel like I've been working on this for forever. I'm sure I haven't, but sometimes, like I said, with these bigger fall and Christmas ones, I don't move very fast on them because I don't stitch on them very often. But I was super excited because I was able to get all of the fill-in done. So between the blue-gray down here and the grass and the house is all done, and that butternut color on the house is done. So all that is filled in. So really I've just got these pots of flowers on either side here. And then after that, it's just some borders and letters. So that should go really quickly. So I'm really excited that I got that far because then that means this can definitely, going to be easier to get it done for this fall. And so I'm trying to stitch on this fall piece. This is the only fall width that I have. And so if I could stitch on this once a month, I think I'd said before I was going to try on the 10th or the 11th to stitch on a fall width that I have. So I think I could get this done in the next couple of months, and then I won't have any fall widths hanging out. The other one that I did this past Saturday, my youngest son had a robotics competition. We've done Lego robotics with multiple of our kids for years, and it's always been such a great experience. So his team competed this past Saturday, and there's just usually a lot of downtime waiting. They did really well. Waiting for, he's over there, things to happen. And so, again, another opportunity for me to have some stitching or some crochet. I think I did both to work on while I'm waiting. So this is my other fill-in project, especially right now. This is probably my biggest fill-in project. And this is Liberty's Welcome from Plum Street. I still love it, but that's a lot of fill-in on that house and a lot of grass there. But again, once that's done, the rest is easy peasy. So I was excited because on Saturday, I got the roof finished. Yay. So now, then I started, you can still see my needles sitting in there. I was working on the gray for the house. So, a long time until I finished that fill in, but what does Narissa say? One stitch at a time, right? And we'll get those samplers and things done. So those are the two fill-in projects that I worked on, and I'm really glad that I was able to make some progress on those. Next, I will show you my friends and I, who else doing it? I think all of us. I can't remember. Is Kim, Contented Needleworker Kim, are you doing a Biscornu? I can't remember. But I know April Heirlooms is, Wanda, our friend Wanda is, Merritt Crawford. Can't remember if Chrissy has picked one to do, and then I'm doing one. But we decided that we were going to have a project this month to work on a Biscornu. I don't know that we have a hard and fast deadline. I hope we don't, because I'm not get mine done this month. But do that and then put together a Biscornu. So here is the pattern that I chose. So this is a chart I found on Etsy. This particular seller, I'll leave a link below so you can find it. Had all kinds of really, really pretty charts and a lot of lovely Biscornus. And so I chose that one. And then what I did was I changed the colors, because there was only 5 colors. I looked at the types of colors she had and I changed them to these. So we have a really pretty pink. So I did a light blue summer shower. I can't read these. Nothing. Colonial rose, barn door, pine needles, and blue corn. And so I'm using those 5 colors for mine. And I am stitching. So I've got about half of the top done. It's a really nice little stitch. It's really easy. I love this fabric. This, I believe, is Tamara from Tropical Stitches. It's a really, I don't know, lovely golden kind of color. It's really pretty. So I'm stitching that, and I love how that is turning out. It's going to be a really, really pretty Biscornu. I love the colors, how they're going together. So that is something that we are working on, and I will, that was me hitting my tea. Look forward to working some more in that, because it's going to just turn out so pretty. That's another one of those things I can put on the table where I don't have anything to put year round. Okay, next is the one, I think I talked about this in my last video. There is this beautiful sampler from Victorian Rose Needle Arts. If I didn't talk about it, then I'm talking about it now. Lantine de Hurt. I love the whole sampler. It's just beautiful. And so I will stitch the whole thing someday as a red sampler. I guess I should finish my other red sampler first. But what I am doing is I'm taking these 3 images right here. Okay, so the Sacred Heart of Jesus, this IHS for Jesus Christ, and then Mary, the M for Mary. And I'm stitching those across, just that portion, and I'm going to frame it as a gift for my daughter for her birthday. So this is just a piece of light mocha that I had, and I chose the color Manor Red, and I finished the Sacred Heart. So pretty, and then started on the eye, I guess, today. So there should be plenty of fabric there. I can stitch and frame that and send that to her for her birthday. So again, what a beautiful chart. I really do want to do the whole thing someday, but I thought this would make a lovely gift. Actually, I think it would be beautiful then, you know, if I had a gift I wanted to do, I could do just the for Mary in blue for someone as a gift. So I love that. So really, really beautiful chart. Okay, so at the beginning of the year, I think about January 3rd, I started one of my biggest charts of all time. I'm stitching Anne Dale, 1827, Big and Beautiful from Shakespeare's Peddler. I have loved this chart for a long time. This is one of the charts I asked for Christmas from my husband, and he lovingly gave that to me along with the rose wreath sampler. So I started that. I am doing it in a in DMC. Sorry. I'm stitching mine with DMC. The way that it is charted right now, this is the I guess she did a rework of it. So there was an original one put out maybe 2011-ish, somewhere around there. And it was charted for silk or DMC or overdyes. And now the rework is charted in either silk or DMC. So I'm doing the DMC, and I'm doing it on a beautiful piece of Tropical Stitches linen 40 count called Athos. It's lovely, lovely. It's a bed sheet, so it's a whole fat half. Takes the whole thing. And so I have been working on that, and I just recently, I think maybe Saturday night, I put it away. And I'm not sure how long it'll stay away because I really do enjoy it. Somebody on Instagram said, oh, I don't think I'd be able to put that away. So here are all the beautiful DMCs, which I did find a picture somewhere. I don't remember where I found it, but I found a picture of the thread chart for the first version, and it did have the overdyes. That would have been beautiful, but you know what? I'm really happy because this is going to take me a long time to finish, right? Is that with the DMC, I'm hopeful that over the years as I'm working on this, then I won't have quite the variation in some of the overdyes that might happen from year to years with overdyes. So I'm very happy with the DMC, and they're just beautiful colors. So it was neat to find, because I did have a question. There was a particular, and I think did I do this in my last FlossTube? There was this flower right here. In the recent version, this is charted with ecru. That's what the symbol says. But everybody's I kept looking at, those were not ecru. So I kind of put it out there, and I'm so thankful because some people were able to look at their old chart for me and tell me that this was DMC 3687, I think. And so I was so happy to figure out what that color was, because I was just kind of bummed that I didn't know, and I was going to make it up, but thank you everybody who was able to respond and let me know. So here's what I have done so far. I think I'm about halfway across the top. So I mean the whole thing, right? Oh, there's Doug. It's a big piece of linen. Yep. Crazy me. So it is huge, right? But it's okay. It's all stitches. It doesn't change the fact that it's just gonna take me a long time. I love every single motif on here. I enjoy doing the border. It's really, really pretty. Just loving every bit of it. Let me see if I can show you up close. I love this one right here. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. So they are just beautiful, and I am so thrilled to be working on this. And so anyway, that is, I would say that's about 15 days worth of progress on that sampler. And so I'm really pleased with that. So we'll see when it comes out again. But for right now, I decided to tuck it away because I was kind of ready to work on something else. So what I did is I spun my whip wheel. So there's a, I don't know if I know this was Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilt's idea to have a wheel of whips that you can spin if you're kind of like, well, what do I work on now? I'm ready to work on something different. I don't really have anything in particular that I want to work on. Like, I'm just dying to work on. What shall I work on? And I know this was Olivia's idea. I don't remember if she recommended this app or not, but I found an app where you can like enter all the things and create like a little Wheel of Fortune wheel, right? And then you can go into the app and tap the wheel, and it lands on a whip. So I've got all my, non-Christmas, non-holiday whips in there. And so the other day I spun the wheel, and I got Sarah Barker from Pineberry Lane. Just a super, super sweet sampler with all that pretty pink, and the colors are just gorgeous. So Sarah Barker, 1824 by Pineberry Lane. So this is one of my whips. And I do not remember what I'm stitching this on, but it's really pretty. I could look it up, but I'll figure it out later. Isn't she pretty? Look at those colors. I love those flowers on the border. Oh, she is the one that I'm currently working on. You can see, like in the flowers, there's straight stitches right here to fill in those flowers. That's really pretty. Yeah, I don't remember what I'm stitching this on, but here are all the called for colors, and most of them are over dyed. There's like maybe 2 or 3 DMC. Most of them are over dyed, and they're so pretty. So right now I'm kind of thinking I may keep working on this until I finish it. Not sure. We'll see. It's not huge. So we'll see, and I'm enjoying it very much. So that is Sarah Barker. So in 2 weeks we will see what I decided, right? Okay, so I guess my plans for the next couple of weeks are to finish the Leontine to Hurt, the Catholic images for my daughter, so I can get that in the mail to her. I want to work on my Biscornu, and then of course I'm going to work on Sarah Barker until I decide I'm done working on Sarah Barker. So that is all the cross stitch. So what else have I been doing? I have been working on a couple of quilting projects, which is really fun because for a while there I have not been super into quilting, and that's fine. But I have been enjoying both doing the hand applique. So I have not gone back to working on the Raven quilt, but I'll get back to that. I have these blocks from the Cherry Crush quilt. And I think I showed this to you last time, but here it is again. It's from the Vintage Spool, Verna Mascara. It's the designer. So that is the quilt, and I have all the fabrics for it, other than like the border, but I have all the fabrics for it, and I think I've showed you the other blocks before, but this is the one I finally finished the other day. So this is not hard. It's not a hard block. It just took a while because there's so many layers of the cherries in the bowl that you'd kind of have to prepare some cherries, you know, put the ones on that you can put on, applique them on, prepare some more cherries that go on the next layer. So it was just kind of, you know, prep, stitch. So it just took me a while, but I love how that turned out. I think I actually did my stems in a different color than I did the stems on the other blocks that I've already completed, but I'm not pulling those out. There we go. So that's the bowl of cherries. It is all appliqued down and done. And then these are the other two. Before I go back to the Raven quilt, these are the other two. These won't take any time to sit and stitch, do the applique stitch on those. Oops, lost my damn jar. So I'll have those done before I see you next time. But this one just took a little longer because of all those cherries. The other thing I have been working on, machine quilting and piecing. I have been working on a quilt that I just had tucked away in a drawer, and I remember when I saw that, I think this was Olivia Pumpkin Hollow Quilts as well. Now, Olivia, I don't know if you ever finished yours. I just don't recall, but this is a lovely quilt that I saw the pattern, I think, from Olivia, that she was going to work on it, and I went out and found it and decided to do it. And so it's called Libby's Log Cabin, and I bought the PDF online. And here's a picture of what the quilt looks like. So mine will look nothing like that. So it's really just the pattern, and I'm using the fabrics that I want to use. Mine are Lori Holt fabrics. I originally pulled some different colors, but when I went back and looked at it recently, I decided to change it up a bit. Anyway, I have probably, I think, 9 more stars to put together. So that has not been taking me very long. I put most of these together this week. So here's the stars that form the center of the log cabins. And these, I honestly don't remember the name of this Lori Holt fabric. Somebody out there is probably knows exactly. I used to know them all by heart, but I should have looked this up, but I forgot. So these are the stars. So these are just, I used the browns in this fabric line and then the reds and pinks to create these sawtooth stars that will form the center. So I have 11 of them done. So I'd like to real soon get the other 9 done. So I got those done. So do the other 9, and then the fabrics that I will be using, sorry, the fabrics that I will be using to do the log cabin strips are going to be these greens and blues to go with that. I think that'll be really pretty. And then there'll be a little bit of this yellow in there. So these are going to form the log cabin sides and the posts there. So I think I really like that. Unless I change this out for a dark blue or another red. We'll see. That I don't have to decide just yet because I still got to cut the strips for the log cabins. So that's something I've been working on. It's been fun to pull that out and work with that. So I'll be doing that. And the other thing that I am working on little by little is something I saw on Instagram. I think it's Repro Quilt Lover, I think, on Instagram, is doing the tiny 9-patch challenge. And so I saw that and I thought that'd be really fun, a great way to use my 1.5 inch squares. And I have a big bucket that's all just 1.5 inch squares. And so I'm using those to do the larger blocks. So mine are turning out 3.5 inch, right? She's got 3 different sizes, so 2 smaller than this, but I'm using what I already have, the 1.5 inch squares. And I'm just making them scrappy and having a good time putting them together. So I made 10 last week. And then I've made 4 for this week. And I need to make a few more this week to make another 10. But she's got some printables out there that you can see, like, they're just 9 patches, but how to make them, or I don't know, if you were cutting fabric, you just need to go look at her Instagram page and the information is there. For the tiny 9-patch challenge, and you can join. I see a lot of people working on it. I know Katie So Tattered is working on it. I forget who else. So this is just squares that are coming out of my 1.5 inch square bucket. As I trim fabrics and, you know, when I'm cutting for a quilt, I've always just, if I have 1.5 inch squares that I can add, I add them. So those are really fun to make. They go super quick and I don't have to think really hard. I just sit there and put them together. So a lot of fun. So the only other thing that I have worked on is some crochet. It's one of these cute little drawstring bags. I will try and link the pattern for this below. It comes in like 7 sizes in the pattern. So I need to, almost done with the blue here. I need to roll another ball of gray, but it's just a super simple, like, I guess it'll be big enough for a throw. Yeah, it'll be a throwish blanket. So I've done that block of gray and I'm doing a block of the navy. I think I'm just gonna keep going with the gray, and I think I have 2 more of each color, 2 more skeins, and I can order some more. But it's a super easy pattern. I can sit there and work on it without thinking. Again, one of those things I can do if I really want to pay attention to a show or if I'm waiting. So that's just something else that I have been enjoying working on. So apparently I've had a lot of like little opportunities where I'm waiting lately. So getting some things done. But I never go empty-handed. I always have something to do, and I always have an audiobook. So that being said, I am gonna do the giveaway for this time. I think I have a giveaway. Do I have a giveaway to announce from last time? I think I do. So let me pause because I forgot to grab those, and then I'll tell you what I'm reading. All right, our giveaway from last time was this really sweet chart as we begin the new year. I was asking, you know, talking about plans to kind of simplify, and so I had this chart called Simple Joys from Little House Needleworks, and so you had to tell me about, you know, what you thought about simplifying, and also say the word simple. Yeah. And so the winner for this chart is so send me an email and I will get this chart in the mail to you. So congratulations. And so then this time I'm giving away a chart that I have worked on and completed. So I've kind of decided that other than some very favorite charts, I would like to, over time, just share some of the charts that I've already completed. So I have so many that I'm never going to stitch. I'm not going to stitch them twice, right? And so over time, I'd like to share some of those with you, the viewers. So I'm going to give away this sampler that I stitched. It's called Ann Peg, 1877, from the Scarlet House. And I just loved doing this sampler, and I did, you look at my handwriting on the back, because I did change some colors so that it would reflect more how the picture looks. So I know I talked about that in a video when I was working on this, but you've got my notes here on the chart as to how I changed them. So I love the verse, what it says on here. It says, I hear the Savior say, thy strength indeed is small. Child of weakness, watch and pray. Find in me thine all in all. So I really love that. And so I think we'll just use the word Ann, A-N-N. And I don't know if I have a question for you this time. Just say hi and let me know what you're working on. I'd love to hear that. So we use the word Ann to be entered, be at least 18, and all that stuff. And subscribe and use the word Ann, and you can be entered to win this. And just, again, comment and say hi and how you're doing, and I'd love to hear from you. So what am I reading? I am always reading something. I have always have some religious books going. And then as far as fiction goes right now, I am reading two. I'm reading one and listening to another. And I had told y'all about that wonderful series, that mystery series I've been enjoying by Stephanie Barron, where Jane Austen is the sleuth, I guess you would call. And I've just really, really enjoyed those. So I think I'm on number 10. And the first 9 I was able to find on audio, and 10 and 11 just aren't there anywhere. I've got 4 library cards, so they just aren't available for audio. So I had to find myself a different audiobook to listen to, and I'm actually reading on my Kindle from the library. It's Jane and the Madness of Lord Byron. So it's number 10 in that series by Stephanie Barron. So I'm really enjoying that. And then I'm listening to a book right now that I saw from somebody on Instagram. I forget who, but it is called, I think I'll put a picture right up here. It's called Romanov, and it is a fictional account of when the Romanov family was in exile in Russia, and just, it's been a really, really good listen so far, so I'm really enjoying that. So that's what I'm reading, and then just doing all the things and enjoying life. And I am so glad. I think that is everything that I have. I'm so glad that you joined me today and stopped by to see what I've been working on. So I hope you have a great couple of weeks of stitching and sewing, whatever you're up to. And let me know if you have any questions or things that I didn't make very clear this time. And hopefully I will see you in about 2 weeks. God bless you, and stay warm. Bye.